I want to talk today about, of course, about self-worth. That's what I talk about every time I ever get on a camera or share a video. I'm all about self-worth, and the reason being is because when I understood my self-worth and when I understood my worth in general and the foundation of worth and realizing that we all were given worth at birth, that it's an internal thing, so no external thing can control that. It really changed my life, and that's why I'm dedicated to talking about self-worth. When you know who you are and you love who you are, even on a deeper level, it's incredible. You live life more confident. You live life more vibrant. And I've been getting a lot of messages about this, especially with the holidays coming around, about people feeling guilty for removing a toxic person from their life or removing toxic people from their life. I want to tell you something. I know it's not easy, but I want to tell you this. Never feel guilty. And I talk about this a lot because I want you to understand this, because people will try to make you feel guilty for removing them, right? People will try to make you feel wrong when they did you wrong. People will try to paint the picture to the world that you're the bad person when they did you bad, right? That's how it works. They try to play the guilt trip on you so you feel bad for taking care of yourself. You feel bad for finally putting yourself first. You feel bad for respecting yourself. You feel bad for not tolerating nonsense. And I want to tell you right now, there's nothing wrong with not tolerating nonsense anymore. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of the same things over and over and over again. There's nothing wrong with protecting your life. There's nothing wrong with protecting your worth. There's nothing wrong with protecting your peace. One thing that I've been saying this whole entire year is I've been prioritizing my peace. Peace is number one on my list. And if you take away from my peace, then more than likely, I'm not going to have you around my life, because life is too short to live miserable. Life is too short to live stressed out. Life is too short to live angry. Life is too short to live confused. Forget that stuff. So don't feel guilty for removing somebody from their life. Don't feel guilty for cutting someone off when they handed you the scissors. Like, there comes a point when you have to stop saying next time, because nobody's ever going to take you seriously if they always know another chance exists. And that's just facts. And I'm not saying that don't give forgiveness, because you have to give forgiveness. But like I've always told you, forgiveness doesn't mean that you put yourself in a situation. And just to be transparent, I'm kind of dealing with a little bit of that going into the holidays. But I refuse to have people around my family, have people around my life that do nothing but bring negativity. Right? If your vibes is off, if your energy is negative, you will not be around me. I don't care how bad it makes me look. I don't care. You might say, well, Trent is being rude, whatever. If protecting my peace is rude, then I'm rude. If taking care of my life and protecting my energy and protecting my spirit is rude, then let me be rude. And so don't let people put the guilt trip on you for finally look yourself in the mirror and stand in your ground. Stay in your ground. It's okay to do that. Think about it like this. Right? I always try to use logic to certain situations, right? Think about it like this. If somebody was to come into your house, right, and steal something out your house, right? They was to come into your house and steal something. What would you do, right? You would either call the police, like you knew that person, you'll probably kick him out. You would probably never let that person back in your house again. At least unsupervised, you definitely wouldn't. And so if you can take care of your house that much, how more important is your life? How more important is your heart? You got to stop keeping thieves in your life that do nothing but steal your joy, that do nothing but steal your peace, that do nothing but steal your confidence, right? You would kick a person quick out your house. You wouldn't tolerate that. You'd be calling the police, 911. I have a thief in my house right now, right? Or if it's a family member, you tell everybody, hey, listen, you can't come in here no more. You protect your house that well. How about you start protecting your life like that? And it doesn't make you stuck up for having high standards. That's what people try to tell you when they're trying to take advantage of you. Right? I'm not telling you to be a rude person or a mean person. I still give love to everybody. But I know my boundaries and I don't budge on my boundaries. See, a lot of us, we have boundaries, but we budge. We budge a little bit. And I'm going to just be honest with you. When somebody sees an opportunity to take advantage of you, they will do it. Not everybody. But the people that hurt you in the past, that have shown no change, that have just given you apologies, because just speaking facts, I don't believe apologies. I believe patterns. You can tell me that you're sorry all you want. I am deaf to what you say until your actions, consistent actions, give me a reason to listen. Too many times we believe apologies. Anybody can give an apology. Of course, somebody's going to apologize if you were beneficial to their life and you cut off the benefits. Of course, they're going to care when they see that you moved on from them. Of course, they're going to care when they see that you're operating your life at a high level without them in your life. Of course, they're going to care when they see that you ain't bothered, that you're very unbothered, that they're no longer a part of your life. Of course, they're going to care then. But somebody who truly respects you in all aspects, in friendships and relationships and business ships, any ship, as I always say, somebody who truly respects you is never going to push you to that point. If you're always having to question their loyalty, if you're always having to question their position in your life, you have your answer. Because someone who truly values you, someone who has integrity, someone who has morals is never going to put consistent questions in your life about if they loyal or not, right? They're going to give you answers. They're going to let you know that they loyal. They're going to let you know that they love you. They're going to let you know that they care about you. So it's time for you guys to stop feeling guilty for protecting your peace, for protecting your life, for protecting your worth, for protecting your mindset. Because this is what happens. When something gets inside of you, I call it cancers, right? When cancers get inside of you, it might not show up the first week. It might not show up the first month how it's affecting your life, but over time, that cancer starts to spread. And over time, you become a you that you don't even recognize no more. And guess what? Those that need you to be the best you are now seeing a broken you, are now seeing a hurt you, are now seeing a lesser version of yourself because you're not protecting your life. Everybody doesn't deserve a key to your life, right? Make people earn it. You might even say, Trent, this is too hard. You know, like I shouldn't make people earn a position in your life. And that's facts. And you have people that's already there that's earned it over years. And I'm not trying to have you like overanalyze situations in your life that are good just because maybe something isn't perfect. Just because something isn't perfect doesn't mean that it makes it wrong. We're all human beings. We all make mistakes. But too many times we give people access to our life, way too much access to our life when they haven't earned it, or when they show they haven't cherished it or they didn't appreciate it. And we keep giving that same person a key to our life that keeps coming in our life and stealing our joy, stealing our peace, and stealing everything else. If you started to treat your heart or your life like your house, you wouldn't. How would you operate differently? Would you let anybody in? I'm sure you don't let the first person that knock on your door in, right? Would you let the person in that came in there before that stole something out your house? Would you let them back in your house? I'm sure it would be a process over time for them to show that they really changed, not just said that they changed, but their patterns really showed that they really changed for them to come back in your house. So it has to be the same thing with your life, okay? Like have high standards, have boundaries that don't budge. It's okay to have those things. It doesn't make you, only people that's going to tell you that you're stuck up, that you bad and bougie and all these other things are people who are trying to take advantage of you. Because when I see a person with high standards, I think it's beautiful. When I see a person with boundaries that don't budge, I think it's incredible. That's a person that knows where they want to go with their life, and they're not letting anything stop them from getting there. That's a person that values their self-worth, and they're not going to let anything or anyone, right, take that self-worth of how they feel about themselves away from that. That's a person who is very set, right, on protecting their peace. That's a person that is very set on the environment and is very aware of the environment that surrounds their life. And they're not going to let anybody mess up that environment. Okay? So tonight, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about how am I allowing people to just come in my life and ruin my life? And how can I change that? What standards do I need to set? What boundaries do I need to set that I'm not going to budge on? Right? Maybe I need to start looking at patterns more than somebody's words and actions, because anybody can give you actions sometimes. That's easy. Anybody can do that. But maybe I need to start looking at the patterns in my life, right? Maybe I need to raise my standards a little bit more, because at the end of the day, it's your life. You only get one of these. And if you like me, I refuse to live my life in chaos. I refuse to live my life in unnecessary stress. I refuse to live my life in pain. I refuse that. Life is already hard. So I'm not going to keep people in my life that are willingly making my life harder, that are consciously making my life harder. Start protecting your life like you protect your house. All right? But like I say at the end of every single video, it all starts with you. And yes, this is a process. Some of you, it will take time. But when you truly start caring about your peace, like I said, when you truly start prioritizing your peace, when you truly start prioritizing how you feel, right? Your energy and your spirit, when you prioritize that, when you want to, like, that's the thing. A lot of us get to a place where we're so used to operating at a low level in our life that we forget how it feels to operate up here. We forget how it feels to be full of joy. We forgot how it feels to be happy. We forgot how it feels to live a vibrant life. We forgot these things. Like, God didn't create you to live miserable. You think God created you to live miserable? He didn't create you for that. He didn't create you to settle. He didn't create you to just live in pain. But what happens is we start accepting things in our life because of our voids, right? Because of our voids, we start accepting these things in our life that end up controlling our lives, right? So it's time for you to face that reality, the rehab process, right? The 3 R's. It's time for you to face that reality. Whatever that reality is for you tonight, face it. Deal with it. Stop sweeping it under the rug. Stop running from it. Face it. Head on. 2, it's time for you to release. The second R, release whatever in your life needs to be released. Whatever negativity, whatever thief, whatever is robbing your peace, stealing your joy, release it from your life. There's certain things that cannot afford to be in your life if you want to live your best life. It's just facts. And sometimes the person is you. Sometimes it's your habit. Sometimes it's your mindset. It isn't always another person. The third thing is you have to repair. You have to have a repair process. So maybe you find a mentor, maybe you find you find some principles, maybe you find some routines to strengthen your self-worth, to strengthen your mindset. And over time, I promise you, like I said, when you prioritize happiness and peace and joy, when you prioritize that, those things make the decision for you. So when people bring things to me, it's not me telling you no. It's my peace telling you no. It's my standards. It's my boundaries telling you no. So I go to my peace meter. I'm like, okay, whether it's an opportunity, whether it's a whatever it may be, I go to my peace meter and say, nope, it's taken away from my peace. Even though I want to be involved with that, even though I want to do that, it's taken away from my peace, so I can't do it. I don't care how great the opportunity may look. It's taken away from my peace, so I'm not going to do it. And I promise you, it'll put you in a better state, a better mindset, and just a better life. You don't have to live stressed. You're choosing to live stressed. And you might say, well, Trent, I have to have these people in my life. No, you don't. You don't have to have anything in your life. I want you to have a lot of great people in your life. I want you to build a great community, a growth environment with great people. Because when you get around great people, it's a whole nother level you reach. But you got to get away from the toxic things first before you build what needs to be built to take your life to another level. But like I you don't have to, you're choosing to. Major difference. It's not a have to, you're choosing to. And guess what? Just like you're choosing to accept it, guess what you can do? You can choose not to accept it. All right? Take care of yourself because most people won't take care of you. Put yourself first. And you might say that's selfish. No, it's not selfish. It's self-care. Because a better you results to what? A better environment around you. A better you results to a better place and people around you that need you to be the best you. So take care of your life. All right? You deserve it. But guess what? You also deserve what you settle for. And I know you deserve so much more. But I only can tell you that. Hopefully you realize that. And I know thousands of people, millions of people across the world have through these messages. And this isn't a message of telling you to always remove people from your life and all of that stuff. But I just need you to get it. Because some of us, we can't move forward because we are carrying too much baggage. And until you drop the baggage, you'll never get to the destinations you want to get to. And if you do get to it, you're going to be so tired and so angry and so stressed out. You're not going to enjoy the destination once you get there. I can promise you that, okay? Throw away the toxic relationships. And like I said, that takes a self-check. That takes responsibility, right? You got to take a responsibility over that. And you have to make that decision. But hey, you might be inspired tonight, but that don't mean you're going to make the change. So hopefully something shifts in you. Hopefully something will help you make that change. So you don't have to keep talking about the same things next year that you did this year. Hopefully you can say, what I removed from my life this year, and man, my life is so much better next year. All right? It all starts with you. Don't just live for the weekends. Live for every single day and make every single day great, because every single day is not promised. Cherish today. It's a blessing, and it's time for you to start protecting your life. All right? Never feel guilty for that. Never feel guilty for that. Let's get it.